first up, we have David Foronis from the Sun Sentinel. David, go ahead.
Hey Mike, what was your reaction this week when you saw the team's opening up wide receiver competition? Did you really accept that as a challenge, take it upon yourself that you had to step up going into this game?
Yes, sir. It's very hard to play this type of position at this type of university. So, our back's against the wall, and we hear everything on the outside. So we don't get distracted by it. We don't get in our feelings about it. We just go to the practice field, compete, and get better every day. And, someone just had to get out their comfort zone because it was too comfortable. So coach made it a challenge. You know what I'm saying? And me being the oldest guy, senior, I just had to step up, and I just had to stay consistent.
Awesome. Next up, we're going to go to David Wilson of the Miami Herald. David, go ahead.
Hey Mike, obviously, we saw the depth chart with 9 guys listed as starters. I'm just curious, was it Brett or Coach Likens? Did like sit you guys down? How did they kind of express to you that the competition was really open this week?
Just coming in fresh, the first practice on Tuesday, he sent a couple group texts out, and he told us before the meeting started that no one's have a job. So it's up for grabs. Whoever have the best performance for the 3-4 days of practice will get the starting job. So
how did you just react to that text?
In the meeting, in the text, I reacted to it like, okay, now I have to step up. I shouldn't be in that position coming in as a veteran, but coaches got to make some changes, and some guys got to make plays. So that's what we did tonight.
Great. Next up, we have Manny Navarro of The Athletic. Manny, go ahead.
Hey, Mike, curious if you felt like maybe you guys weren't playing well, before this week, in terms of coach sending you that message. Did you feel like it was warranted? Like, hey, there were things that we were leaving on the field, things that we could have been doing better?
Yeah, it all started from practice. We was always taking a shortcut. We wouldn't stand after practice catching jugs. We would just do the bare minimum. All the extra work we had to put in, after Clemson game, because that's when we went downhill. Because if we don't go, we don't go. And when I say we, I mean the receivers. And you can see that when the receivers don't make plays, the offense kind of struggle. You know what I'm saying? So we just come out every day competing, and we just doing the little things right, details, heavy on film, heavy on jugs, and just come out and practice competing like it's our last day.
You mentioned hearing the outside noise. I'm curious how much, maybe friends or family or people were like, hey, everybody's questioning you guys. I mean, was it a lot of text messages? Was it Twitter? What was it that, the outside noise when you're hearing that?
Yeah, the outside noise is, people tag you, people send certain stuff, but you got to stay mentally strong because nowadays media can really break and hurt your confidence. But me, I just kept it moving because I've been there and I've done that. I've been in this program for 4 years, and you know how the outside gets. So my thing is that I took that and got motivated and came out Sunday and told the younger guys, like, our back's against the wall. Like, the whole world challenging us. You know what I'm saying? So we have to step up to the plate coming in this game, and I feel like that's what we did.
Thanks. All right, we have time for a few more. Next up, we have Tom D'Angelo of the Palm Beach Post. Tom, go ahead.
Hey, Mike, that all being said, what did it feel like on that second play? It was kind of something we haven't seen in a while, the long pass, you catching it, the touchdown. Did that kind of take the load right off everything off your mind and say we can go now?
No, it felt normal because we did that. We start practice called. We start a period. We start practice a period called fast start, and we actually did that play, the second play, and King threw it. I scored in practice. So when we got to the game, I'm like, okay, no pressure. Let's make it happen. And he called it, and the rest was history. So when that happened, I was like, okay, like it's time now to put your foot on the gas and keep going forward and get the young guys behind me and ride them up and make King have confidence to throw the ball, throw the 50-50 balls and deep balls.
All right, Mike, our last question for you comes from Susan Miller-Degnan of the Miami Herald. Susan, go ahead.
Hey, Mike, you guys are 5-1. You've been through a lot, in your years there. How do you feel about this season overall, and how much hope do you have, for the second half? And just kind of talk about the first half of the season.
This is a great team, knowing the circumstances was going on in the world today, that we overcoming. Just that part we overcoming everything, you know, with the COVID and everything else. And coming in the game, you know, we face adversity in certain games and we just overcome. You know, we get the W's. It's ugly, but it's not easy to win. So coming out with the W, coming out 5-1, I just have a great feeling about this team. This team is very special.
How far do you think you guys can go now with the second half coming up, and you've got the ACC title game possibly?
We'll go very far. I believe, and I know my teammates believe, and I know the coaches believe, we'll go very far. You know, we're not worrying about anyone on the outside, the doubters, none of that. We just in our own bubble, working every day, and performing at our greatest on Saturdays.
Thank you.